Hey, here's what I'm going to be doing today. For not very long, by the way. I only have about an hour. I was intending to stream earlier, but there was a bunch of work being done on my building, so I couldn't do it. It was way too loud. And now that it's less loud, and hopefully will remain so, I'm going to stream for a little bit. And what I want to do is look at this match that happened. Well, I guess I don't really know when. Probably should have looked that up. But not long ago. This is between Piroshi, Honda, and Jyai, Dhalsim. These are two strong players in Super Turbo. This match happened at, I believe, GameSpot. Yeah, GameSpot Versus is where it happened. And I wanted to take a look at this because it's a match that I knew really well. I feel like I'm bad at Super Turbo nowadays, but I used to know it really, really well, and I'd like to get back into it. Kind of like in accordance with getting back into playing games more generally, as I've talked about before. I wasn't really playing games effectively for a long time due to various physical ailments. And now that I feel that I can do that better, I've been doing physical therapy, I feel like I can do that better. I want to get back into playing games, and Super Turbo is definitely one of them. So I figured that this would be a good one to analyze rather than just sort of watch while I was having breakfast, which was what I was originally going to do with it. The match, if you are interested, is on the Super Street Fighter 2 YouTube channel. If you literally just search, like go into the search bar and type in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you will find the channel. It has a ton of good uploads. I mean, every day almost there's new footage out on this channel. I highly recommend checking it out if you're at all interested in the game. They had just recently stuff from GameSpot Versus, which is what this is from. They also have stuff from other arcades as well and various compilations. I really recommend it. It's super cool. So I'm gonna be watching this and analyzing it like I've been doing with other games as well, with mostly Street Fighter V. My perspective on this is mostly as the Honda player. I never picked up Dhalsim in Super Turbo. I didn't realize that I liked zoning until later. It wasn't until probably early SF4 that I realized that I also like zoning. So that's maybe 08, 09. I guess it was 08. I was playing Zangief Dhalsim in SF4. Before that, I was not into it. So I didn't really play Dhalsim until, SF4. I guess I played him in CVS2 now that I think about it. The point is I didn't play him in ST. But I did play Honda. And I always felt that this matchup was pretty even. I felt that while Honda tends to get his butt kicked by zoning characters, by fireball characters, this is one particular matchup, as good as Dhalsim is, as good at zoning as Dhalsim is, I felt this is one matchup where Honda actually goes even with a zoning character. Now, I've heard that has maybe changed, or maybe my views of it were wrong, and that Dhalsim does win. I haven't kept up playing the game enough to really be able to say, so part of why I want to watch this is to see how it goes in 2019. But I felt that Honda had, good jump-ins. Butt slam could be strong. Headbutt and hands allowed him to get in pretty well. There were really good traps that Dhalsim can set up, but not in a way that was as dominant as like Ryu versus Honda. Horrible matchup, right? DJ versus Honda, horrible matchup. I didn't think it was like that. I never thought it was like that. And in fact, when I used to play in tournament, whenever I played against Jason Cole in tournament, he would switch away from Dhalsim. That man would always play old Sagat against me. I think there might have been one time where he played Dhalsim, and I think it was the first time that we played against each other, and I beat him. And ever after that, he always played old Sagat versus my Honda. So I think that was like an indication that he thought the matchup, while not that he thought Honda beat Dhalsim, but if he could give himself a better chance to win, then he did that by picking old Sagat, which I agree with. I think that is a tougher matchup for Honda. So that's my perspective of the matchup coming into this. And I want to see how it goes between, again, Piroshi, Honda, and Jyai Dhalsim. Bam!
さあそれでは小物道店ピロス対ジャイダル始めていきましょう。解説には今一番
One second. Maybe this is too loud. Let me lower this a little bit so that you don't get double commentary. That might be a little weird. Let me see how that sounds now. Yeah, alright. Let me know if you need a change on that.
解説には今一番
So, oh, Halo. Is it going to be weird? Alright. I mentioned some of the ways to get in, right? Headbutt, fierce headbutt, super fast. Butt slam gets through a bunch of stuff. You have the mix-up between jump medium kick, jump roundhouse, jump short, jump down medium kick. Those all present different hitboxes for Dhalsim to have to anti-air. He can do all of them. He can anti-air all of them, but he has to do them in different ways. But if Honda ever gets in, then it's bad news for Dhalsim, although he has great throw range. Having negative edge Oicho for Honda is super helpful up close. So that's definitely where Honda wants to be. But like I said, Dhalsim has answers to all these things. I hope it's not going to be weird like that. Let me just let it run. Okay, well I hope that's not going to be common. But there you saw, jump roundhouse is a way to get in. It's like instant. Oh no, it is kind of weird quality. Oh, too bad. Well, I hope that doesn't keep up. But this is a bad spot right now. Oh yeah, he did get the right jump in. Okay. Like I said, it's all about mixing up your jump ins. That is, I would say, the biggest individual key in this matchup is for Dhalsim to understand. I'm sorry, for for Honda to understand that he needs to mix up jump ins, and always, not always, but there's like 4 or 5 jump ins that you have to mix up with in order to approach Dhalsim in this matchup. Right, so Dhalsim wants to set out of Yoga Fire and anti-air. It's like a very basic game plan. There's a bunch of variations to that, of course, and he has other scramble tools too, but that's the nature of the game plan for him. Whereas I would say the nature of the game plan for Honda is present one of 5 different ways to jump over or through a Yoga Fire and land on top of Dhalsim. And again, those are like jump medium kick, jump roundhouse, jump fierce, jump short, jump down medium kick, butt slam. Those are all ways to get through. And at the same time, you are, so if Dhalsim doesn't want to throw Yoga Fire, if he's a little concerned about that, then you can get in via fierce headbutt or strong headbutt if you want to give him a different timing on that. You can walk up, you can do fierce hands as a way to approach and at least deal some chip damage. Like, he's got a bunch of different tools. That said, as you just saw in that round, Dhalsim also has tools. Oh man, the quality sucks. That's too bad. It keeps skipping. Bummer. Yeah, neutral jumping is super important in this matchup, as it is for all sort of zoning anti-air matchups. Yeah, so part of why I mentioned strong headbutt, this is a perfect example of it right here, is you see how Dhalsim jumps back. Most characters, if they jump back like that, then they're stuck, right? They can't alter their jump angle anymore once they're coming down. Dhalsim can. Like this, right? Like he can just see it. So if instead Honda had done strong headbutt or even jab headbutt maybe, then he could have beaten that drill, because it's just he would be there. He would not have like gone so fast that he would go under it, right? It's just you have to present different timings constantly. It's the name of the game in the match. Oh, he got the stun. Are you serious? I can't believe it. Okay. He did sweep? I mean, buddy. Alright, it worked out. Yeah, different there. That's what I'm talking about. You wait, and then you get the jab headbutt as the anti-air. I like this. I like what I'm seeing right now. Harassment from the front. Oh, yep. You got to be worried about. Yes, I was just gonna say you got to be worried about Dhalsim having excellent throws. Like he has a dangerous throw game. And while nobody wants to grab Honda up close very often, right? Just because you have negative edge Ocho, which is to say, all you need to do is do half circle back, continue the stick out back or down back, and just kind of let go of the buttons, the punch buttons, and you will automatically get a command grab. There's no whiff animation, so you can just do it, right? So it's a super dangerous technique up close. But if you're right up close to the opponent in the situation where Honda was, near the end here, right after he gets the little knockdown here. Yes, after this. So this right here, if he had stood on the ground, Dhalsim could have done wake up grab, which is 1 frame, it's instant. And so that could have thrown Honda out of like a crouching jab, right? And then after the crouching jab, Dhalsim again could have thrown Honda out of a command grab. That's something everybody can do. Everybody can do that. So what you often do instead is the mix-up of this, which would have beaten an attempted grab. So nice work. Like I said, I always felt this matchup was pretty even. And I wanted to watch this because I have heard that while I've kind of been out in the boonies, not playing games as much, certainly not playing them as well, that the match has gotten worse, or maybe just that my understanding of it was wrong, that people in the US were not playing it up to its potential as the Dhalsim, which is totally possible. But that back in the day we weren't maximizing things. So, okay. Hold on. Let me just double check this, right? Yeah, Honda won, and they gave the win to Dhalsim over there, or do they just have the names backwards? They do indeed. They do indeed. So Piroshi is, although lining up on the left as Honda right now, that's his name on the right with the one. So okay, fine. A little confusing. Nice. Like I said, Dhalsim's got counters to all of these things. It's just a question of whether he picks the right choice at the right time. And I think typically he will get the right choice. You see here, most of these interactions, he's getting the right call. It's just that when he does that, it's not a lot of damage, right? That crouching jab, down back jab, is a really good anti-air, but the damage on it is pretty minimal. So, okay! Oh, yeah. So although like mostly Dhalsim's gonna win the Wheel of Options, if he does, it's not a lot of damage, but if Honda does, even if it's less likely, he pumps out that damage, man. Look at that, that's a block. That blocking that fierce headbutt was as much damage as Dhalsim down back jab. Ooh, the counter poke even, look at this dude. Very nice. Oh, that was a really good idea. Ooh, nice, down back medium. Dang, in the trade, let's go Piroshi. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, dude, he's gotten Jyai so worried in the corner right now. Okay, yeah, back jab. Again, Dhalsim has counters to all these things. It's just he's got to pick the right one. Nice, and the trade. Look at this. Let's go. Well, I feel vindicated so far in my belief that the matchup was not bad. If you're wondering why they go back to character select every time, if you're not familiar with ST, there's no versus mode. You just have to just play in the arcade mode because that's what you got. So if you beat a character, you gotta put another quarter in, the opponent has to put another quarter in, and they gotta reselect. Or it could be on free play mode, I guess, but you know what I mean. Okay, that was good. Typically he's done the drill away, so I think Honda just wasn't expecting it. I'm not sure if that was a guaranteed grab on the punish or not. That might have been. That was marginal, I felt. Ooh, okay, yeah, he did get the combo. Okay, didn't look like it at first. Good, good, good. Again, he's got anti-airs for everything. He's got counters even on the ground for everything. Wow. Yeah, that's dangerous, buddy. Okay, that was a really good grab. That was a dangerous situation there for Dhalsim. You're never... Oh, he did super. You're never safe. You're never... As Honda, you're never content enough with a life lead to not go in. So, I feel like if this is Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, especially SF5, there's no chip kills, but even SF4, where chip damage was less than ST, as Honda right here, you probably don't need to go in, right? You're probably fine. You can just survive with this big life lead. Look for like one more hit, counter poke or whatever. You know Dhalsim needs to get in. This is not that kind of game. The chip damage is so real in this game that as Honda, he would definitely get chipped to death, and there'd be time left on the clock. Like you cannot sit still in this match, even if you have a life lead. It's the reason I was surprised about the super, by the way. He might have reacted to the fire, but if not, that super is punishable. Dhalsim gets a stand medium kick after it, so that's not like a big punish, but it's I don't know, something to think about at least. Maybe in that moment with the kind of life lead, Honda was willing to take that risk. Oh, they switched the names, by the way. That's good. That's what I'm talking about, dude. You got to present these different timings. Butt slam again. Oh. 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 Is he going to give me a P? Oh, he did. Sick. Sick. So, look, this is such a perfect round. What a good Honda round. Let's look at the ways he got in. So, okay, sweep. So that's early jump medium kick as one way. Now you're throwing and so forth. That's like a later jump roundhouse, which gives you more block stun, more block stop, and then jump short. So if he had done jump medium kick or jump roundhouse again, that slide would have gone under and beaten them. But jump short typically beats the slide. So like I said, you got all these different tools as Honda. It's a very interesting matchup. Very interesting matchup. I guess one matchup that I always enjoy playing. In some other matchups as Honda, it's a little one-dimensional. Like to beat a Kami is you just do the same thing. Like there's not much variation to it. To beat a Ryu, there's not much variation to it. Like you're not going to beat them very often, but the ways to do it are like the same. Whereas in this matchup, you have a bunch of different tools. I like it a lot. Dang, wow, he's trying to jump away, I suppose. Okay, that's it. You can't, that's it. There's no escape. Even if you had done reversal teleport, there's a glitch with that. Even if it had worked out, you can still get fierce headbutt punish. I really like the patience. Another important thing. I was mentioning this yesterday when we were looking at Chris T's Ken versus Bonchan Sagat, that since forever, one way to get in on a zoner is to just be patient, neutral jump over fireballs like this. It was a really good roundhouse from Dhalsim. He knew what Honda was going to do. But that's been the tech forever. That's the way to get through it forever. By the way, this, let me go back a sec. This, he gets the knockdown at some point. Yes, this flame right here, this Yoga Flame that Honda's waking up into, that's just a situation where as Honda, you just got to take it. If you had done Wake Up anything, the Fierce Flame, well, the Flame would have stuffed it. So like even probably Roundhouse Butt Slam, which has quite a bit of invincibility, there's a hurt box on the back of Honda as he goes up that would probably have gotten hit. If not, this Flame would have recovered in time for Dhalsim to be able to do like stand jab anti-air or back jab anti-air, I guess, or maybe slide out or something. Like this is a situation where as Honda, you just got to take it, and that's okay. You know, that's not the most dangerous situation. Wasn't like a throw was available for Dhalsim. Really. What up, y'all? Thanks for hanging out. Ooh, the combo, yes. Again, that fierce. Oh, he didn't press the button. He was so concerned. The fierce headbutt. The fierce headbutt is like the classic fool's gold approach. I get sucked into it too. Let me go back a sec here. It reminds me of like in Injustice, Bane has a raging charge where he just charges all the way across the screen. Most characters can't punish it. It's pretty legit. If he has armor on, then he will armor through whatever comes to him. So you think to yourself, this is a great way in. But it's like fool's gold. Like, it's not actually valuable. It doesn't do that much for you. There's a bunch of counters, even if they're not like immediately obvious. There's a bunch of counters for real. And Fierce Headbutt's the same way. So Fierce Headbutt has value, of course. Back roundhouse is one way. And then this, right? If that had been a jab headbutt, maybe a trade, maybe even he beats the drill. If that had been strong, maybe the same, maybe he beats it. Fierce, though, gets you to the other side of the screen. So it's not, you want to do it. I get it. It's happened to me too. You're like, I need to get in, I need the knockdown, I need to go fast. That actually might have been strong, to be honest. Let me see. Kind of hard to tell, I don't know. But in any case, I understand the impulse to just like headbutt in. Like you want to move. You don't want to sit. Sitting sucks. And you know, if he hadn't done it, presumably Jyai is reacting to the headbutt and is drilling away. If he's not, if he's making a guess, probably not the case. But if so, then Honda could play patiently and just wait for the drill to come at him. But like I said, that's unlikely. Unlikely. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Yeah, he tried to back strong. No. Oh, this is bad news for Dhalsim right here. What a good throw. Super important throw right there. That was a big, big danger. He's guessing wrong on a lot of these wheel of options jump-ins right now, is Honda. Okay. Yeah, very safe stuff from Dhalsim. He's not taking any risk. Okay, hold on now. He screwed it up. Probably supposed to have been super. Let me see. Let me see what he did here. So, oh yeah, definitely though. So this, again, if you're not very familiar with Super Turbo, there's a glitch with Honda's Super. It's performed by back forward, charge back forward, plus punch. If you do charge back, then forward, then back, then hold forward, then as long as you're holding forward, and whenever you press a punch, you will get the super. So you're storing the super, is what people say. So what you'll often see is Hondas, when they have that super flashing down there at the bottom, they start walking menacingly towards the opponent, right? Just that big old squat walking forward. And they'll try to bait you out with like a crouching medium or whatever this was, crouching short, to try to like get you to press a button, and then they'll try to do the super to beat whatever your like counter poke or whiff punish attempt was. But I think that was just a screw up because he did jump fierce, and I feel like that was like probably not intended. I don't know. Nice, the meaty anti-air combo. Yep, I was just gonna say, that's what I mentioned this before, right? Although that was a trade, which is maybe not so bad for Honda. Oh, you didn't press the button. Wow, that was really good. I guess I should have mentioned that as one of the wheel of options, right? That you don't press a button, but very nice, very nice. Some good zoning right there. And I could also feel a little bit of sort of tension out of Piroshi, who has at times been patient. We've seen some neutral jumps from him here and there. In that round, in fact, in both of those rounds, that man was holding up forward and forward. He was moving. Okay, that's what I talked about, right? Not always doing fierce headbutt. Here we go. That combo is possible. Slide into down back medium. Chill, dude. Oh, or not, or you were exactly right. Oh, he was totally right. Hey, what can you do? You gotta make those reads. He did it. Still up 3-2. So he's not reacting. Oh, or maybe he got baited. Let's see, what was it? I feel like he got baited with the walk forward. I don't know. But in any case, if he's not reacting to headbutt every time, then that's a big, nice tool in Honda's shed. If he can bait Dhalsim into doing an unsafe drill up close. Trying to trade. A lot of this is just trying to trade as Honda. Like, you're not expecting to beat Dhalsim's anti-air game every time, but well, like I said earlier, when you get in, you'll deal a lot of damage, so you're okay with taking the risk. On top of that, when you trade with Dhalsim, you almost always win the trade in terms of damage. So I've definitely won matches where I never actually get in up close against Dhalsim, but like my jump in has traded with his anti-air every time, but mine does more damage, right? If I get hit by a jab and he gets hit by a roundhouse or a fierce, then it's bad news for him. Like, that's not a sustainable idea. So that's a big part of the game for Honda as well, is to just look for the trades. It's not always about successfully getting in. Yeah, that's a good trade. That on damage, it's fine. It pushes the opponent backwards into the corner. You're cool with that as Honda. He's got to chill. Yeah, I like that. Okay, but good read by Jyai. That's chip. That's it. That's KO. He didn't anti-air? I can't believe it. I thought that was roundhouse for sure. Okay. Down back jab. Man, what a good anti-air that is. Down back jab. Crazy strong. But there's a bunch of those for Dhalsim. This is the strongest Dhalsim. There's no doubt. This is the strongest Dhalsim ever was. Not just fantastic zoning. You could see it, right? In this matchup, ugh, the zoning. But also, he has really strong pressure. Like, I mentioned it before, and it's not something you want to see on Honda. But in other matchups, his grab games are so strong. His pressure is so strong with that. So he's really a good character. People think that he blows up Old Sagat. Like, some people think it's one of the worst matchups in the game. So he beats really important characters. I mean, he beats most characters, just flat out. Oh, okay, then maybe a chance. You gotta do it again. Oh, I would have done the same. Okay. What was that intended anti-air for Dhalsim? I was back strong, which does work, but he was a little late. It was a little late. I don't know, man. Some of these drills, even ones that work, make me a little worried that he's not reacting. He's just doing it, just making a guess. I feel like that's a danger. Okay, good call. It was early anti-air roundhouse, by the way. Dhalsim. Okay, here we go. In. Good read. Good read. That down back jab, super important in that situation. And that's a scary thing to do as Dhalsim. If you're off by a couple of frames either way, you're going to get hit by that fierce headbutt and you're knocked down, you're in the corner. Look, sometimes you got to do the same thing 2-3 times in a row, right? That's part of the wheel of mix-ups. If you do the same thing every time, it's not going to be a mix-up anymore. Sometimes you got to do the same thing multiple times in a row, even if it feels, I don't know, even if it sounds weird, if you're looking at it from the outside and you think it's weird. Anyway, that was the super legit round right there by Dhalsim. Sometimes you gotta throw avalanche, right? Sometimes you gotta go throw 100% rock. Of course. Of course. As an aside, that's my tech. And don't spread it, okay? I'm an avalanche main. That's all I do. For all my years growing up, so I'm the oldest brother in my family. I have 2 younger brothers. Whenever we would go on a long trip with our parents in the car, none of us wanted to be in the back seat, right? We had a minivan, so there's 2 seats in the middle, then you got the crappy one in the back seat. Even though you could spread out in the back more, but it was just like less comfortable. So we always, nobody wanted the back seat. So what we did was we would always do rock, paper, scissors for it. And I would almost always throw rock every time. On purpose, right? Like, and my brothers know this. They know that I always throw rock. They're not idiots. They caught on to it pretty quickly. But if I ever really didn't want to be in the back, then I threw scissors to beat their paper. And they never knew when that was. When did he really not want to be in the back? It was a long con I was playing, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. Dude, he's picking so many good anti-air choices. These are really legit choices. Oh, here we go, though. Honda. That's what I mentioned, right? That down back jab. If you're off on the timing just a little bit, you'll get hit. Empty jump. Not an ideal choice. Okay. So this fierce headbutt in the corner is done for the same reason that you do butt slam I was talking about before. If you're worried about the opponent waking up with a grab, if you're gonna stay on the ground and do a tick throw, that's grabbable, reversal grabbable by the opponent in 2 spots, both before the tick comes out and after the tick comes out. So there's 2 chances for them to escape. Not easy, right? Very, very hard to time, but doable. So if you're concerned about that, then you do a butt slam or a fierce headbutt, because neither one's throwable, and you will beat their throw if that's what you're expecting. I like doing I like doing butt slam because it keeps you in, but fierce headbutt is harder to react to. So the mix-up is, as Dhalsim, right? If you think that Honda's gonna stay on the ground, then you'll do wake up throw, or try it anyway. In order for him to do butt slam, he needs to do it early on Dhalsim, because Dhalsim has a good anti-air. We've seen it, right? Back strong, back jab, both can beat the butt slam. So if Honda starts the unthrowable butt slam right as Dhalsim is getting up and Dhalsim woke up with back strong anti-air, that actually beats the butt slam. Let me know if this is making any sense. I feel like I'm not explaining this terribly well. But in short, as Honda, if you want to do a butt slam to beat a throw, you have to do it pretty early, which means it can be reactable, right? Dhalsim can see it. You're in the air as he's getting up. Like, it's not an immediate mix-up. But much harder for him to see that fierce headbutt's coming because it's much faster to hit. So that's why you would do a fierce headbutt in this situation. But it loses positioning if it doesn't work out. So that's what happened. Oh, of course I played Q in third. For sure. That was my dude. We haven't seen that much medium kick. I'm a little surprised. That was the first time I feel like I've seen it in a while. It's not as much an anti-air in this matchup as in some other matchups, but it is preemptively very important. Oh, that was a throw. It was a throw attempted. Super comes. Yeah, that's it. Ton of damage. So much damage in this game. That was a perfect thing. Bummer. A little bit of chip. Buddy, you must have known. Oh, I'm a little disappointed there in Piroshi. Oh, damage, yes. Oh, that was the chance. That was, if he loses that. Okay, good call. That splash, the down medium kick in the air. This is very hard now. He can't afford to trade. Yeah, that was very hard. And good understanding there by Jyai, who did down back medium, expecting, well, one of several buttons really. There was a potential counter to that, but that would have beaten empty jump as well. There's no trip guard in this game. So that was a good sort of counter most options option. Dhalsim's really hard to play in this game. It's because you have to know all those situations so well. Once you master him, he's maybe the best character, certainly top 2 or 3, but he's not easy to play at all. You got to know everything and time it perfectly. Combo, yep. It was probably supposed to have been hands. Here's hands. Okay, he didn't do fierce. Very smart. Dang, he had the right call and timing even on that down back jab. That was not a fierce headbutt. Good stuff. Wow, what a read. That's it. Yeah. Oftentimes as Honda, you're okay with that trade, but obviously with 0 life, you can't afford it. This has been 5 games in a row, by the way. After I was talking up how I felt vindicated for saying that this matchup's not very bad for Honda. Oh, got him. Yep. Don't do. Oh, he did the jump. My man. Okay, well, worst punish ever, so it's alright, but at least for Dhalsim, he's out of the corner. And now you just hold on to your spot. Yeah, this is the sweet spot. This is very hard to get past. Nice. That's it. That's it right there. Even if he had done wake up butt slam, if he had done wake up headbutt, doesn't matter. That's all getting hit by the super. 6 in a row? Man. Ooh, what a strange choice at the beginning. Wake up slide. Ah, that's what I've been talking about. And then, of course, against... What? He did up blast right there? What a genius. And he escapes, of course. Okay, here it is. Yeah, a little bit of chip as well. That's great. Oh, he did! He did jump. Here's the mix-up right there at the end. Go back a little bit. So after this... Right here. Move forward slightly. The trade happens. And then the walk forward. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. That late headbutt or a slower headbutt is what you want right there. So now Honda walks forward. And what you would expect here, typically I think, is that Dhalsim wakes up with super. That's a way to beat, like that would have beaten jump in, right? If Dhalsim had thought to wait for a jump in, he would have anti-aired, right? So this jump right here, is part of the mix-up. The other mix-up is that if Dhalsim does nothing, then Honda walks in or does fierce hands, right? And worst case scenario, that's a bunch of chip for Honda doing fierce hands. So that's as Dhalsim, you would do super to beat like most attacks here, right? You would do it. Super would beat hands. Super would beat a jump, but you think Honda's not gonna jump because he knows that you could do wake up super. So you do a wake up yoga fire, thinking like, well, he's just gonna be on the ground, so I'm gonna push him back with this or set up an anti-air. Very nice understanding by Piroshi, who jumps right over anyway. Sometimes you gotta do the wild stuff, right? You can't always be a calm fella. Sometimes you gotta keep jumping in. Yeah, just patience. I'd like to see that. That jump back fierce is a really good anti-air too in this match, but it does move Dhalsim backwards, which is not ideal for him. Nice. That it's not a normal combo that has to hit meaty. That's to say, like in the later active frames, but it's, as you can see, as an anti-air, pretty legit. Oh wow. Question: what about Yoga Flame instead in this last round? After the situation, bam. If that had been Wake Up Flame, I'm not sure that Wake Up Flame would have come out fast enough if there had been Fierce Headbutt. Sorry, Fierce Hands. If this had been Fierce Hands, right? You jump in, Fierce Hands. Because he's even feigning it, right? He does jump Fierce. So he's like clearly trying to set up, I'm going to do Fierce Hands. If that had been Wake Up Yoga Flame, no, Fierce Hands would beat it. If that had been Yoga Flame and the jump comes from Honda, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either way. It would probably be close either way. Alright, we saw it. Yeah, he loses. Got it. Threatening to go up 7-3 on my boy. Okay, alright. Oh, these jump in timings. Is he in the corner? Not. What a smart player. Oh my god, he did a wake up slide. Wake up slide only beats butt slam. That's it. If anything else had come, if there had been a button out of Honda, if he'd done a grab, whatever, but Jyai knows that Piroshi wants the corner. How's the easiest way to get the corner? Do a light butt slam to the other slide. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous play. And starting to set up the trap. This is not good. Medium kick, yeah. Okay, roundhouse, yes, you get another one. That might be it, actually. Ooh, anything will trade. Now, at this point as Honda, you just want to trade. That's all you want. Please anti-air me, Dhalsim. I just want to trade with you. That's what these fierces are about. Oh, it's not going to work. Yeah. Oh, he didn't die, though, which is okay. One more. Oh, back jab. What a choice. Well, he's so good on these choices. Oh, my God. 7-3. He's so good on all of these anti-air choices. In the first 3 games, he was not always right, but man, he's been right. That was just a screw up by Honda. If Piroshi had done the right button timing right there, it would have beaten down back medium kick. Down back medium was really fast, actually, but it's not free there. The trade. That's all he wanted. That whole time, all he wanted was the trade. And Jyai never gave it to him. What a player. Good stuff. I think one of the things Piroshi has to change is that he's not picking roundhouse color, which is clearly the best. Gray face paint and red pants. There you go. So that back strong, the way that you throw in Super Turbo, again, if you're not very familiar with the game, is by doing forward or back plus, well, different characters have different options. For Dhalsim, it's back strong or forward strong or fierce, right? One of those two. Honda has like every button. Not every button, but strong, roundhouse, and fierce all throw. So if the opponent's not there, then you'll just get a hit. You'll just get an attack. The back strong is what comes out if the opponent's not throwable. I mentioned that before as a way to counter this kind of similar situation as Dhalsim. So, right here. If, as Dhalsim, you're expecting that Honda will stay on the ground and just go for a normal tick, because I don't think he's done that. Has he at all done the crouching jab into another Ochio attempt in this situation? I don't think so. I don't think he has. So if that's what you're finally expecting him to do, we're in game 11, finally maybe he'll do it, then you do wake up strong, back strong. But there was a butt slam, and the butt slam beat that. He hadn't, right? I think that was the very... Well, he still hasn't done it. He still has not done the regular old jab into another Ochio. Ugh. Okay, yeah, that was good. It was a really good weight by Dhalsim. Dude! Oh, that could have been big. Great throw by Dhalsim. Jeez. Don't do fierce... I was gonna say don't do fierce headbutt. I understand. I believe me, I understand the desire to do fierce headbutt in that situation. I get it. I've been here. He's in the sky, right? Look at him up there in the sky. This is where I like to do fierce headbutt anti-air against everybody else. Almost everybody else, maybe not literally. Some characters have really good hitboxes in the air. But against Dhalsim, you just... It's fool's gold. It's fool's gold, dude. If that had been jab or strong headbutt, maybe. If it had been a later fierce headbutt, maybe. Oh, wow, what a choice. Okay. Still has not done regular Ocho. Yeah, combo. So part of why, after he's gotten hit by down back strong, crouching fierce, I think it is. I think that's the combo. I don't remember if it's strong or fierce, but I think it's fierce. As Honda, you're worried about getting stunned on the next hit. Like, the next hit is definitely dizzy potential. So what you commonly do there is you just wait. Just take a couple of hits of chip from Yoga Flyer. You know, you get pushed back a bit, take some chip. It's better than getting excuse me, it's better than getting stunned. So that's why he just was hanging out. I thought that was going to be anti-air. Again! And then he got the grab. It's 8-3. Piroshi won the first 3, and I was all talking up how I felt this matchup wasn't so bad. On the other hand, Jyi's really good. Very strong player. And he's consistently making the right choices. I haven't watched this beforehand, and I've specifically turned off the timer counter, so I don't know how long this is going to go. I guess we could see 7 games in a row right now from Piroshi Honda. That'd be cool. I would like to see that. Oh, on some characters that fierce hand will hit low. Well, just hand slaps will hit low. Sometimes, not every time. Dhalsim's one of them. Back medium kick. We haven't even seen it in a while, and it was right. Like, he's just picking the right anti-airs almost every time. Jump early medium was good, and then jump. What this spacing is really good right here by Dhalsim. Let's see where this was. This jump jab. So jump jab might have beaten some things. Maybe like a jump, maybe like a roundhouse, maybe a slide. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe down back jab. Maybe that would have traded. But as you can see, down back medium kick is a very common go-to in this matchup for Dhalsim. Not the only matchup, but a big one in this matchup for him. Just because it attacks where Honda's hitboxes are not often, right? It's harder for Honda to attack that spot. Oh, here's the chance. Yep. And was that? What was this? What was this? It was not fierce. That's what I'm talking about, my dude. It was not the fierce headbutt. Gotta do it. Ooh, jab headbutt. Gets hit. Oof, big time trouble right now for Piroshi. Well, it hit, but that's Honda Super. There you go. That's Honda Super. Part of why it's not very commonly used is that it sucks. Although it has the storing potential, right? So as I mentioned before, let's go back a little bit here. Well, he didn't walk forward first, but he could have. It was just a read. You're hoping that the whole super hits. Sometimes it does, oftentimes it doesn't. And this was kind of a prayer for Piroshi. And I felt like after this went wrong, he just kind of didn't know what to do. So it's 9-3. Yikes. Yes, you can definitely tell that Jyai knows the matchup. There's no doubt. He's been playing forever, so no surprise. And he's a very strong player. You can see that in his decisions. He so commonly makes the right anti-air choice. It's gonna happen. I feel that Dhalsim typically will get the right anti-air choice, but that oftentimes when he does, it's not as valuable as if Honda gets in once or twice. Pack it up. Oh no, what happened? I just pressed the wrong button? Yeah, I did. Where were we? I went right back to the beginning. That sucks. Seriously though, this man does round start up blast and you got hit? Pack it up, so it's definitely over. Oh, I have no faith. I mean, I don't know what happens. I haven't seen this, but I have no faith in Piroshi coming back after that hit. Man, that's a hard read. I'm still thinking about that at the beginning of this round. If there had been anything else from Honda, it would have worked. If there had been a fierce headbutt, if there had been a hands, if there had been walk-up sweep, like anything almost, anything that's got common round starter, the only thing... Yeah, that was probably supposed to have been jab headbutt, by the way. The only thing that would have beaten that up blast was a butt slam or a jump. This is over. It's 10-3 for sure. And like, I'd be demoralized. If I'm down 9-3 and my man hits me with an up blast at the start of the round, okay, well, sometimes you get lucky. Here we go. Into. Keep. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Sometimes you snowball like that. Sometimes things go right. Come on, buddy. Wake up blast. Oh, my God. What a degenerate. Okay. Suddenly some good timings. That safe setup. Good night. Good night. It's over. Super. Okay, back strong. That could have been super right there. And pretty safely. That's it. 100% squadouche. Ugh. Well, that looked pretty rough. That looked pretty rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. As I said earlier, I felt back in the day that this was not a bad matchup for Honda. I never thought he beat Dhalsim, but I thought it was even. I thought it was a good old 5-5, and I thought it was his only one versus a fireball zoner that was evenish like that. Oh, are they going to take a look at the man's face? So that's what I thought, but as I also said, I had heard that it got worse, or maybe just that Americans weren't playing the matchup right as Dhalsim, which was totally possible. Like, our scene was not as strong as Japan's, there's no doubt. That's what I always thought. And like I said, when I used to play in tournament, and I played against Jason Cole, who was one of the best Dhalsims in America. He won Evo twice. Pretty good player. The first time we played in tournament, he played Dhalsim, and I beat him. And then every time after that, he always went Old Sagat against me. I beat Arturo in tournament, although maybe not every time. He might have beat me. I don't really remember now. It's so long ago. But I never felt it was bad. But yeah, maybe Japanese Dhalsims were just better. You know, maybe things have changed since then. It was some years ago. But yeah, you could really tell, dude. Like, a lot of the time, that was just so consistently the right anti-air choice. Just very consistently from Jyai. And it was not just that he made the right choice, it was that he was making choices that were like non-committal very often. You know, there were lots of moments when he did things that would beat multiple tools, and I don't know that Dhalsims were doing that back in the day. I feel like it was more of a 1-to-1 ratio, but like I said, that was a while ago now. So yeah, anyway, that looked tough. Honestly, that looked like a bad matchup. No doubt about it. I would say that I wonder how this would go if it was like Kusumondo level Honda. I don't really know. But I want to get back into this game. And as I'm playing more fighting games better again, without having quite as much execution issues, this is one of the games I want to get back into. Because, dude, when 30th Anniversary came out, I was bad. I was actually not good at the game. Like, I was losing to just whoever online. You know, I always thought that Super Turbo would just stay in my veins. Like, I didn't need to think about it. And it would just always be there, like, somewhere in my hands, rather than, like, my brain needing to store this information. It was just, like, kept in my bones, and it was always going to be there. But I think, actually, that's not true. I think I had to keep it up, and I didn't do that. So I remember stuff, but I definitely don't remember all of the stuff. And while I stopped playing largely in 2012-ish area, other people have kept on playing, and they've gotten better while I've gotten substantially worse. So that's probably a big part of it too. But yeah, I'd like to play more. And if anybody would like to play, I think somebody said so early on. Usable fiber. If you want to play ST on 30th anniversary, your Dhalsim's godlike. Let's definitely do it. I definitely want to play. I can't right now. I got to get back to work shortly. But I definitely want to do that. No doubt about it. Let me know. By the way, what do you think about this layout? I think it's pretty sick. I got the olden time computer green tinge on it even. Look at that. I like this. I think this came out pretty well. I'm happy with this one. I think that's pretty cool. Shoutouts to Larry Lessig and Michelle Boldrin and David Levine, important copyright law scholars. And yeah, that avatar's pretty sick. And shoutouts to Shiro Yashaksi, who is my only subscriber. Woo! Number 1! I'm not trying to like get everybody to subscribe, but shoutouts to nice work out there. I got the question yesterday as to why I'm streaming on Ultra David channel rather than on the Ultra Chen TV channel, because that would make sense. Part of why I'm doing it is, and I've never tweeted about the fact that I'm streaming. I'm just trying to practice, you know, and maybe next month or so, and I feel like I've kind of ironed out all the kinks, so I'll go back onto the main channel. But yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, all right. So here's the 3 I got going. I mean, James has his own channel, and for James, this is like important income, right? Like he's trying to make a career out of sort of esports, commentating and streaming. So I hope that he's getting money. You know, that's important. I definitely support that, of course. Whereas for me, it's more of a fun gig, and it's like definitely relevant financially, but not the main shtick. I do plan to get an emote. The one that I'm working on right now is a what do you call those things? A balance, the justice balance symbol, right? You got the two. What is that called? Scales of justice. The scales of justice. That's probably going to be the first one. But yeah, we'll see what else. And if you have any suggestions, then I have. If you could go down to the suggestions box that's below the video screen, and make sure that that's there. Yes, it is. Then yeah, stick something in the old suggestion box there if you got an idea. I am a lawyer. That's the joke. That's the joke. Speaking of law, I should probably get to it. I should probably go work. Later on today, I'm going to be doing the Tuesday show with James on Ultra TV. Justice things, yeah. Well, how often do you think lawyers have to deal with scales of justice as like the old... Come on. I'm not a litigator either. I'm never in court. You know, I'm the dude drafting the contracts in the first place. I'm not the guy arguing stuff in the court of law. I've never done that and probably won't. So, there's different kind of lawyers. Anyway, what I was going to say is that tonight on the Tuesday show at 5:30 Pacific time, James and I are going to have on a super interesting guest. It will be Gerald Abraham, aka LA Akira. And if you're the kind of person who's into this old stuff, if you just sat here for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you're into old games, or even if you're not, if you're just curious about the history of the fighting game community, I really recommend checking it out. Gerald is an old school guy. He's the oldest of school, right? He was in the arcades in SoCal in Street Fighter 1 days, and before that. He was there for everything. Very knowledgeable. He has a fantastic memory. It's like unbelievable to me how much he remembers in granular detail. Who beat who in a particular tournament 25 years ago? Literally, he'll remember that stuff. So we had him on as Tap2GG mentions with. We had him on Ultra 10 TV 6.5 years ago. 6.5 years ago, in our first season of doing the show. And ever since then, we've had people asking for him to come back. And I don't know why we waited as long as we did. I think there was a lot of half-assery going on there, probably. So apologies for that. But yeah, we're going to get him back on. So tonight we will continue our conversation. Last time we talked about Street Fighter 1 through mid Street Fighter 2 era. And we talked a little bit about Street Fighter 3, original Street Fighter 3. And a little bit about alphas, but not much. So I'm going to kind of leave it up to Gerald to talk about what he wants to talk about. He was from 2012, yeah, it's crazy. And it'll be kind of up to him, I think, to run the show and just kind of chat. Because it's the kind of thing where, for me, I wasn't around for any of that stuff. I didn't come into the scene until 2002. I mean, I had played in the arcades and whatnot, but never in the way that those guys did. I mean, I didn't have access to an arcade in the same way. I lived in the burbs, and the only time I got to an arcade was if my mom needed to go to the mall for something. And she would, if I was like home from school, if it was a weekend or something, then she would take me and my brothers. That was the only time I got to go to the arcade. So I had a very different experience. I was just playing at home until I got to college. He was there for everything. So I just want to know stuff, right? I just want to it's like listening to your elder, right? Like, hey, like, Grandpa, tell me stories of what happened in 1938. Like that. I just want to know those things. And I just kind of wanted to let him ramble. Just let him ramble for a while. I think that's going to be cool. And last time we had him on, we were trying to keep the show short still. It was about an hour and a half, I think. Now it's whatever. We're just going to be there until he's tired of talking, I think. Probably a couple hours at least. 2.5, 3 hours. So yeah, check it out. I don't know if we're going to get to any of the things that actually happened this week, because a bunch did. We invited him on because we thought that there wouldn't be a lot to talk about otherwise, but it turns out that like CPT was announced in its new schedule, and Mortal Kombat Combat Cast is happening today instead of last week when it was supposed to happen, and BB Tag patch that was announced. Like all this stuff happened. So a Genesis happened. There's a lot that we could have talked about, but I think we'll probably push that back until next week. That's very interesting, though. I'm really looking forward to it. So check it out. That's going to be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you're interested in Mortal Kombat, check out twitch.tv/NetherRealm later today, in just a couple hours, really. And they're going to have the Combat Cast on to talk all about MK11. I don't know which characters or whatever they're going to be doing, but I'm looking forward to that, too. So there's a lot of cool stuff to watch today. It's fun to be streaming again. I appreciate that. Thank you. Give me a follow. I stream most mornings. This is typically my time. It's about 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time, and then I got to go do work. And speaking of that, I got to go do work. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good one.